Hey everybody, this is Luke from Flat Earth Consequences, and what I wanted to do was elaborate just a little bit on what I had discussed last week that I called how to not come across like a freak, right? Well, I was thinking about some of the things that a person should avoid when they're trying to open this topic up for somebody. So, one thing to keep in mind is that you're not really trying to teach somebody everything that you know about this subject. The best thing I think a person can do is to just open their mind and point out a couple things that will make them willing to sit down with you and watch a couple videos. Once they've seen a few good videos that comprehensively cover the subject, there's really not a whole lot left for you to say because they've already seen the material. But to get somebody to sit down and watch it seems to be the challenge with a topic like this. So one of the things you do to not come across like a freak is remember that a good strategy goes a long ways. Think of a salesman who's trying to get an appointment to go to someone's house to, say, sell them a sunroom or a steel roof or a window remodel or something like that, right? So he only uses the phone as a tool to get the appointment with the customer. You don't try to sell them the roof over the phone. You don't try to sell them the windows over the phone or whatever your project happens to be that you're contracting. You really only use the phone for one thing, and that is to get an appointment. And then when you get in front of the person, that's when you do the selling, okay? So you have to remember that when you bring this subject up, there are so many people that have put together documentaries that really cover it so well. Why would you try to do that when you can simply get the people primed to want to hear it? That's a huge obstacle. And I see people do a lot of the same things over and over that want to talk about this. Some of the people that I know who are aware of it, which, you know, some of you may be lucky and have 4 or 5 friends who are really on board with this. And it took me a while to get the first one. I'd share it with people and then go, yeah, well, you know, but the earth is round. Okay, dude, never mind. Because they don't want to hear it, right? I find that it's a tendency, though, when you have a new subject that you're enthusiastic about, to overwhelm people with information. The first thing you got to remember, don't throw too much information at them. If you have somebody who is always cool with having casual discussion with you, and one day you say, man, I've been watching these documentaries, and I got to tell you something. Are you aware of the fact that, have you ever been to the water? The horizon is totally flat. And did you know that when they say boats go over the edge, they really don't? They just go out of sight, and you can look at them with binoculars and telescopes for as far as the air quality will allow. And how about the fact that Antarctica's off limits and it's protected by the military, and Pythagorean's math doesn't actually proof out when you go out to the water and start trying to find the curve that they talk about? And did you know that everything that NASA does is fake? And how about what about the fact that you can see all the constellations all year, even though you're on different sides of the sun? They kind of look at you and go, whoa, hey man, it's cool, you might want to get your dosage checked. And that person just put up a wall. Okay, so you don't want to do that to people because they always respond the same way. They back off and they're like, yeah, okay, see you later. So what you really need to do is remember, just get them willing to watch a video. Don't overwhelm them and don't make them feel stupid. You really have to know something about the people you're talking to. If you're talking to somebody who already believes that the moon landing was a hoax, man, you're ahead of the game, right? They already aren't NASA worshipers. That's a great thing. But what if you're talking to somebody who isn't science-minded? He doesn't really understand even the official story, right? So when you're trying to contradict a story that he doesn't even understand, he's really going to be messed up. And with a guy like that, if he seems honestly interested in what you're saying, you definitely have to show him a video because it's full of illustrations and ways to show with videos and documentation what you're talking about, right? So one of the ways you can avoid this is use images whenever you can. Then you don't have to explain. You know, if you have a phone or a tablet with you all the time, Have that thing stacked in a folder full of good images. You've seen them all over, like Flat Earth Matters and some of these. Just do an image search. You'll find all kinds of great stuff. Just save it and stick it in your phone. And then when someone talks about, oh, well, this isn't true, we go, well, have you ever thought of this? And you show them a picture. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, great. A video's worth 1,000 pictures. So just keep it simple and just get them willing to watch a video. And preferably with you. Don't just send them one and say, hey, come on over, I'll buy pizza. You can come on over and we'll hang out. I want to show you something. There's something that's going to blow your mind. And I'll feed you. Come on over. And people are usually willing to swing by and, drink a six-pack and have some pizza. Get them over there and then put a documentary on. And shut up and let them listen to it. And then watch their response. Because if they start asking a million questions after that, that means it cracked the shell. And they'll start peeking out and going, hey, wait a minute. And now they're curious. And then there's 50 other videos probably. I have a good handful of videos on my proponents list on this channel right here. And you show anybody 3 of those, any 3 of those, and if they don't get it, there's nothing really else to say. Because you're not going to explain it better than these videos do. And if they don't care and they go, oh yeah, whatever, and then they turn football on, well, let them go back in the Matrix. That's where they belong. But it's really worthwhile to, it's rewarding to share this with somebody and have them call you and say, okay, I got a friend. I'll give you a personal testimony. I had a friend he lives over on the West Coast. I'm over here on the East Coast, but we worked together like 15 years ago. And we've shared little conspiracy stuff off and on, talking about this or that, Bilderberg, 9/11, whatever. When I got into this, I showed it to him. I tried to. I said, watch this video. He wouldn't touch it. And then I sent him another one. Watch this video. Did you ever watch that? No, I haven't had time. And one day I got him to commit to watch one of them. Then he started calling me with a bunch of questions, and I sent him other links and other videos. Then he started sending me videos, and then he started sending me, pretty soon, he's calling me going, oh man, dude, what'd you do to me? My whole world melted down. This is like, everything else is nothing compared to this. All these other conspiracies just, man, dude, I can't believe this. And everyone thinks I'm crazy now. I talked to my mom and my brothers, and they're all telling me I'm a fool. But he has someone to talk to. And if you can get somebody to watch a few videos and get it, and then see, an education is not like filling a bucket. It's like starting a fire. And once you get people to see it, it'll take on a life of its own, and you'll see them, and maybe they'll end up finding something you've never seen and share it with you. But people are never going to basically come on board to this reality if they don't allow themselves to be informed. And so the real art in this, because of the subject and the depth of the indoctrination, is just get them interested enough that you can sit down with them and watch a video and then watch them try to digest it. And if they say no, fine. But you'll avoid a lot of headaches if you don't overwhelm them, you don't make them feel stupid, and don't try to teach them everything. You're not trying to be the encyclopedia. Just I'm not sure. Don't act like you know it all. Just show them a video. And if they ask you a question that you don't really want to get into because it's like kind of heavy, you say, I'd try to explain that, but I think I'd mess it up. Let me show you something. And then you lead them to a video. So that's my advice on trying to get people to wake up and be receptive to this. And I hope it works. And if you ever have an excellent experience, you should talk about it. Put it out there, because you know what? It's encouraging to hear somebody talk about how they shared it with someone else and they woke up, And it's also interesting when they call you and they say, man, I hate this stuff. Nobody gets it. You've been there too, probably, if you're already watching this one. So anyway, I'm Luke from Flat Earth Consequences. I hope you appreciate this. I have 2 or 3 in mind that I'm going to put after this, which is on a related subject. And I'll get those out as soon as I can. But I'm doing this one. It's almost 1 in the morning. I got to get to sleep. I have to work too. So I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. And signing off, Luke from Flat Earth Consequences. Have a great day.